welcome to another episode of Speculation Sunday. On a Sunday. Today is Sunday. It's freaking Sunday, Danny. We're doing it
I
on a
know.
Sunday, dog.
On a Sunday.
We're back. We are back. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is a more earlier than usual Speculation Sunday, but I have some plans that I want to do today. So I don't want to end the night with a Speculation Sunday. I want to go on.
Can everyone hear us and see us?
Yeah, let's ask that first. Can everybody hear us and see us? But I want to end today's day with some holiday fun. I do want to say thank you, everybody, for all the support and kindness. I've had a chance to meet so many people throughout my trips at the theme parks and this holiday season. Just thank you for all the blessings and kindness. I can't say that enough. We're going to go over Disneyland Knott's Universal. So it's just a jam-packed Speculation Sunday. We do have some tragic news that I do want to go over. I didn't have a chance to go to the theme parks or anything yesterday. I was in a family party, but I was getting updates. And when you hear these things, the last thing I want to do is put anything out there that's not what happened. So I kind of stayed back. But ABC7 has now reported Anaheim police say man jumped to his death at Disneyland. This is very tragic. I don't know too much info, but our hearts and prayers go out to everybody that was affected. And this is just heartbreaking. That's it. I feel like at first everybody was, the way that I guess it played out, everybody was leaving fireworks because that's kind of, I guess, the time when everything was being like found out. But they've reported on it now this morning, and our hearts and prayers and just our condolences. Rest in peace. All right, Danny, you had a chance to go to Disneyland yesterday. What was your overall day at the theme park? What did you think? I haven't been to Disneyland on a Saturday in a minute, so
yeah, you know what?
Sounds crazy because going up to Saturday, Danny, we had like the emptiest Disneyland we've had in a long time, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up, Mondo, because yesterday was very interesting. To kind of continue our conversation from yesterday or from last week, it was very interesting to see the result of reservations. So yesterday was a day that Disneyland has been sold out for tickets for like a really long time, like reservation wise. And a lot of passes are also blocked too. But when Disneyland opened up reservations, they only opened up DCA. So it was very unique yesterday to see Disneyland, even with candlelight, being pretty mild.
Wow. So even yesterday was like calm.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when candlelight was happening and like fireworks were happening, like it got a little bit more crowded and it was hard to walk around. But like in that period from like I would say 12 noon to like maybe 5 o'clock as you know, candlelight was getting ready to start, it was pretty mild. But you walk over to DCA, that was you couldn't even walk in the what do you call it, Festival of Holidays corridor. Like
So packed over there.
barely any room, no tables to sit at. It was like jam packed. So, and the most jam packed Viva Navidad I've ever seen. Like people just trying to watch from any possible place they could. I was like, dang, like this is. It just shows you like when Disneyland pushes people to DCA with reservations, just how much more crowded it can get.
Yeah. And one thing too, there's probably a big influence of Disneyland selling like 1-day tickets, and you could only go to DCA. So I wouldn't doubt that has a factor to do with it too, you know?
Yeah.
When I look at the Magic Key, this is what it looks like Magic Key wise right now, Danny. Look at that. Look at December. What? This is the Inspire Key, which is the highest. So I only get three days, 7, 8. I get 8 days left. And the rest, pretty much you can't even go next week. It's crazy. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen the Magic Keys like schedule get wrecked. But overall, going into January, February, the Magic Keys are open big time. So I think it's just like a thing that's happening right now. Um, let me see. I'm just reading. When you were there, how did the whole candlelight process? How did that all go? What'd you think?
Well, I was actually an invited guest, so I didn't have to like wait like a lot of people were waiting. So it was a pretty smooth process for people that were invited. Check in outside, and then you just kind of line up for your show, maybe like 30 minutes beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
and then they put you to your seat. But as we were filling in, people that had been waiting in like standby queues for general, they would fill in all the seats that didn't fill in with the guests that were invited, because a lot of people get invited but not everyone shows up. So all those guests got to come in after we sat down to fill in all the spots. So but it seemed like there was still plenty of room. I know in years past, Mondo, you and I have watched from like in front of
Never ends.
Yeah.
and over by Lincoln, there was lots of standing room there. There was a lot of standing room over by the firehouse. So if people wanted to watch like the procession going down Main Street, that was pretty easy to do, even last minute. Like for the first showing, we had tickets or we were invited for the second show. But the first showing, I watched the procession on Main Street, and I walked up like 5 minutes before. So it wasn't like a super hard thing to do. But I know that people that were waiting for standby had waited majority of the day.
Yeah.
So, but and they didn't really like kick people out from the first showing. So a lot of people like stuck around to watch the second one too. So some room freed up for people that wanted to kind of squeeze in, but they weren't really kind of like pushing people out. So that's something to think about if you're trying to do it too.
I feel like last year and this year have been the calmest candlelight processionals I've ever seen. I always remember candlelight processionals just being mad chaos, and you had like no chance as regular standby. You couldn't even come close to having a good spot.
Yeah, I think another thing they did that really helped too, and being in the park really early, they blocked off Main Street like really, really early. Like you weren't even allowed to walk on Main Street really. Like every guest was funneled either behind Main Street on the left or behind Main Street on the right. And those pathways were basically open like most of the day. And what was even weirder, Mondo, was seeing the parade at 12 noon.
Yeah.
That was weird.
When I looked at the calendar today too, Christmas fantasy parades at 12:45 and 3:15. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm not used to seeing the parades or anything like that. We got a big super chat. My gosh. Holy smoke. Boo!
Do it! Just do it!
I hit like every button right there. Demi dropping the 5 fires. Demi dropping $200 freaking dollars. Oh, Demi, thank you so much. We will be seeing you very soon. Very soon. But thank you, Demi. Seriously, my God, blown away.
5 fires for Demi.
Yeah, 5 fires for Demi. Oh my
God.
God.
Your green card logo deck is disappearing into the
I know, this is Magic the Gathering right here, and that should be green, but it's just green screen. Those are my favorite colors, though, right there. That's what I like to play in Magic. Happy speculation.
It's all about blue white.
Yeah, no, but I was playing a lot of Magic a couple days ago. It was getting pretty brutal. Alyssa, my friend and I did the second showing, and we found a spot at 720. Good seeing you again, Danny. Still processing that I met Iger and Damaro. It was truly an iconic moment. Let's talk about that real quick since my Alyssa is bringing it up. Danny, what do you think about Bob Iger and Damaro at Disneyland? To me, it's extremely random because I don't know. I feel like Bob Iger coming back, it wasn't because of theme parks. It was because of the media side of things and whatever other big money things were going down with Disney. So to see him at the theme parks, maybe there was some topic of conversation for theme park in specific, because that's what Josh D'Amaro is all about. And I find it hard to believe they're talking about Walt Disney World, Shanghai, Paris. They're talking about Disneyland, dog.
Yeah, there could have been a lot of things like very speculative, right? What they were talking about. We're only a month away almost from the 100 celebration kicking off. This is the biggest celebration the Disney company is going to have, and the center of the celebration is supposed to be Disneyland Resort. So maybe he could have been giving him a walkthrough of kind of what they were doing for the celebration, or what the celebration planning was going to look like. I don't know. A lot of people missed too over the last week. Since Bob Iger came back, they've actually upped the budget for Imagineering over the next year, and there is actually enough budget now for major upgrades, including Tomorrowland. So do we get something surprising at Disney 100 Celebration where they just announce to the media something crazy, or do we get like something for Disney World? Like, we don't know, but there is definitely an emphasis on theme parks. Guest satisfaction surveys are really low. So, and attendance during this month of December has been lower. So, if things are continuing to decline and they see people are not happy, Bob Iger is definitely going to want to address that, right? And he's going to have Josh do what he can to address that, whether that means investing more money into it or what. But it's they could have been doing a ton of things, but he definitely looked like he was enjoying himself. I saw him too. And he definitely looked like, he enjoyed being recognized by everyone too. So
yeah, it's kind of crazy, dude, to see them walking the parks in such a short amount of time too. Where is it? I think it's right here, Danny. Let me go to it real quick. This is from blogmickey.com, one of our favorite websites. In a filing with Securities and Exchange Commission, the Walt Disney Company has disclosed that it plans on increasing its capital expenditures projects by 37% in fiscal 2023 compared to fiscal 2022, which ended October 1st. The Disney Parks Experience and Product Division accounts for the majority of capital expenditure spent by the Walt Disney Company. In this filing, Disney says it plans to increase total capital expenditures from $4.9 billion to $6.7 billion. Disney says the 37% increase in spending will be due to higher spending across the enterprise. If we apply 37% evenly, that would represent $4.7 billion investment in Disney park experiences and products, a record figure for the DPEP segment that said, we aren't ready to say that Disney will break previous capital expenditures high set in 2016, 2019. That said, planned spend is typically different than actual spend. So 2016, 2019, Danny, we saw pretty much two new lands being built. Galaxy's Edge and freaking Avengers Campus coming alive. So yeah. Do you think this is signs that there's something bigger coming? Because
absolutely. And it also like gives me a little bit hope too that the team that's working on Tiana's Bayou adventure, like they're not going to get their budget cut, right? Like I really want Tiana's Bayou adventure to be given the money that it needs to make it a great ride. Like Splash Mountain is an iconic Disneyland attraction that like is a staple for anyone's trip to either Disney World or Disneyland. So the attraction needs to have like a grand, redo if they're going to make it in. And also like Princess Tiana, like she deserves a really grand ride. Like people need to be impressed when they're on the ride, and it needs to be something they want to do over and over again. So like cutting the budget on it is not the way to go. And I know that, Bob Chapek loved cutting that kind of stuff anywhere he could, but I'm hoping that this means that they'll, because the Imagineering always thinks big, right? They always think big, but then they have to kind of fit their big ideas into whatever budget they've been given. So I'm hoping that this means that the budget given to Imagineering for this attraction means they can do what they want with it.
Yeah. So. Real quick too, we got a super chat. Let me hit that horn. Super chat from Brian. I'm going on the 17th. Can you guys give me any tips, ideas for the day things I must see. Hashtag 5FIRE. My best tips is do everything Christmas. If you have a park hopper, you're gonna have a great time because DCA is stacked with entertainment. That's like musical entertainment. So a bunch of bands playing. You have the toy drummers. You have freaking Fat Cat Swingers. Viva Navidad. You have the cavalcade that happens like 20 times a day down DCA. And then at the same time, there's a lot of food on both sides of the park. So to me, entertainment's like the highest thing to not miss out on. When it comes down to Disneyland, you have that, I think it's like a 1245 cavalcade that's Christmas themed. You also have the lighting of the castle, the lighting of the Christmas tree. You have the fireworks. You also have the snow down Main Street. It also happens at Small World. There's just a lot to capture. Rides is obviously always important, but to me, entertainment's the top. It's entertainment, food, and then rides.
Right.
What's your tips, Danny? What's your breakdown? I have a good tip on the 17th.
Yeah, no, I agree with Mondo on that, Brian. If hopefully your party isn't like one of those parties that needs to just do as many rides as you possibly can, because the Christmas time at Disneyland Resort is such a unique time where there's so much entertainment available. So if you do have a park hopper ticket, like Mondo said, you could literally spend the majority of your day having such a great time immersing yourself in Christmas entertainment, holiday entertainment, as well as like things like festival holidays, foods, and treats at Disneyland, and then pepper in some rides in between that. Watching all the parades, watching Viva Navidad, World of Color, watching fireworks. Like you could really have a fun day just doing all of that, and then throwing in some rides. But if your whole goal is to ride as many rides as possible, I don't necessarily know that you're going to have as fun of a day because it's going to be
crowded. Saturday. It's a Saturday day.
Yeah, it's going to be crowded. It's like one of the weekends before Christmas. People can actually get together. Like it's not actually Christmas. So it's probably going to be really crowded. Genie Plus is probably going to be like $30, like it's been basically all month.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really far down in the day. Like yesterday, Genie Plus was like Space Mountain, like 9 p.m. by like 10 a.m. So it's just like if all you want to do is rides at Disneyland during this time, then I don't know that you might be like,
this ain't the time to like I'm gonna get on every single ride. That ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah, and then like rides are breaking down, so it's even harder. It's just not gonna happen. But Brian, good luck. If rides are important, I would without a doubt get Genie Plus. It's just part of December plans or like itinerary. You just put it in your itinerary. Peter says, do you guys think there's a possibility of Avatar coming? Depends on what it does at the box office. I wouldn't doubt it. There's more movies planned. There's like 2 other ones planned, right? Some crazy thing like that. I think Avatar is going to do good. But is it enough to like come to Disneyland? I don't think so. I would say I don't think so. What do you think, Danny?
I mean, selfishly, I would love to see it because I love Pandora World of Avatar, but I don't know. There's not that much expansion space in Disneyland as far as Disneyland Forward. So I don't know if that's what they'll use that space for. I would certainly think it's a great immersive land to do at Disneyland, but I don't know.
Where would you put it? Say, hey, Danny, you're in charge. Where the hell do I put Avatar? I got the billions. Where do I put it, Danny?
Well, I would put it in the Simba parking lot, like what kind of looked like that, when we saw it. If they ever did Design Forward in that area.
So that's the downtown Disney connected over there by the hotel, by Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah, because you got to think if they ever do expand into those areas, right? Those areas are so close to actual people's homes, like closer than any other place in Disneyland or California Adventure right now. That would be like right next to people's homes. So you can imagine whatever lands we do get, all the attractions are probably going to have to be indoors mainly, just because of how close they are sound wise. So Pandora would work because there's nothing really outside except for decor and
Uh,
like nature sounds.
updated version of Flight of Passage would be perfect at Disneyland Forward.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. It would be a great addition. Uh, I hope they bring actual avatars though. Can we get characters? Because Disneyland brings the characters, so that would be cool. Because Animal Kingdom's Avatar, they never got actual characters from the show or the movie, huh? They never got characters.
They never had walk around characters. No, they have animatronics in the attractions, and of course, characters on the screens in in the Flight of Passage attraction, but they don't have like walk around characters. Although they do have life size Navi in Tokyo Disney right now for Way of Water. So
All right, let's move over to another thing that hit the news this week. Breaking news, and this was 2 days ago. Tiana's Bayou adventure is set to come 2024, but the closing date has now been announced for Walt Disney World. It's kind of going in line what we've all been expecting with Walt Disney, or not Walt Disney, with Splash Mountain closing, Danny. January is going to be the time that it will officially close. Let me bring up my post. There we go. So it's going to be January 23rd. January 23rd in Magic Kingdom. Okay? Magic Kingdom. We're not here to talk about them. What about Disneyland? Where's our Disneyland closing date? He says he thinks that January 8th to 10th area. Do you think we could be lucky enough to get it later in January, or they're just going to rock with it, dude? January 10th, 8th, goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying last time, I think if you just try to be logical with it, like I feel like not having like when the new attraction, I mean, logistics wise and operational wise, maybe it is maybe they do want to have it open until Mickey and Minnie's open, so that there's another major attraction to kind of absorb like the crowds that would be not going on Splash Mountain. But to be honest, right now there's not all that many crowds going on Splash Mountain. It's like a 5-minute wait every day.
5-minute wait, dude. It's too cold. It's too cold out here.
So it's not like it's absorbing like a ton of people right now, like at all. It's probably more expensive for them to run it right now than it is to have it closed. But I was saying it makes sense to me to have the ride closed before the 27th, right? The 27th is the kickoff of the 100. It's the opening of a brand new attraction. They're going to have media in the park that they don't normally have covering Disneyland because this is a big moment for the company. And it's a big ride reveal for the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
What better opportunity for them to have something to talk about, like with the attraction being closed and like the artwork on the outside on the walls showing like what's coming and stuff like that, and having the media who's there covering that to get people excited, then just having Splash Mountain open and then all of a sudden, you know, there's they have to explain that like this is going to be closed soon. Like I don't know, just it makes more sense that with everyone there to just have it closed already. So that's my thought. Last year, Splash Mountain closed for its annual refurbishment on January 8th, or January 10th, sorry, which was the final day of holidays last year. This year, final day of holidays is January 10th or January 8th, excuse me.
The 8th, yeah.
So I was saying I could see it closing sometime in that week from Sunday to Saturday. So we'll see if that's true or not. But like I said, there's a lot of people that have made an argument about logistically it would make sense to keep it open longer to absorb crowds, but I just don't see that many people going on it to make that mean anything.
Yeah, the 100th celebration is a perfect way to just, let's not talk about anything over there. We have a new ride open. Look at Toontown. We have Mickey and Minnie's. Focus on World of Color and fireworks. Don't even look at the castle. Don't even walk to Splash Mountain. But this new concept art debuted. This is not anything indicative of what we could get at Disneyland, but it just kind of gives us a glimpse. Here we have that new outfit for Tiana. That's the first thing I noticed. And the other thing we're noticing a lot here in this photo, There's going to be a lot of like animals. These are like part of this new storyline that's being created, where they're kind of like teaming up with Lewis to play in the band.
Right.
And like we talked about, this is going to be all on Disney Plus show. So we really don't know anything. Disney Plus will let us know whenever the show debuts. But it's exciting. It's exciting. I'm glad we got another concept art image. I'm very excited to see how it plays out here at Disneyland. Just kind of like the second half of the ride. I feel like the second half of the ride is where all the life's going to be for Splash Mountain. Because that's how the current setup is. The second half is the whole party. Paul Conway with the super chat. Let me hit that horn. Hey Mondo, Danny, hope you guys are having a good weekend. I'm celebrating my birthday weekend and excited to go to Disneyland on the 14th. And also going to Universal Studios on the 24th for Grinchmas. Dude, happy birthday, Paul. Holy smoke, you got a jam-packed December, my friend. You better be dressed warm because it's cold out here. But happy birthday. Congratulations on celebrating your birthday weekend. Disneyland on the 14th is going to be a great time to go. And then Grinchmas, my buddy Hector was at Universal yesterday, and he said you couldn't see the ground. It was one of those days, Danny.
Dang. And it's so funny because like another thing people forget is that how cold Universal Studios gets.
Yeah, dude, it's freezing.
Yeah, like when you go there on Christmas, just know it's probably going to be freezing cold.
Let me see if I can bring it up real quick, Danny. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. Let me see. If you've never been to Universal during December, you're probably like surprised, but dude, Universal goes hard in the holiday time. They get just as busy as anybody. Is it? Hold on.
Hold up. Hey.
Let me see. Where'd it go? Is it this one? Oh my gosh. Messing up over here. I think I closed it. Let me airdrop this to myself. There we go. You got to see this photo, dude. Gosh, it's taking forever. Just be prepared. It's going to be hella busy out there. There we go. I finally did it. All right. Where are we at?
Do you ride Jurassic World right now, Mondo, when it's cold?
Yeah, I still get on it, dude. I still get on it. To me, Jurassic World is like I get on it no matter what. Oh my gosh, it's not letting me share it. I don't know. I can't share it. Just put it this way: it's hella busy out there. Yeah, it's so busy, so busy. But congratulations, Paul, and thank you for the super chat, brother. If you haven't already smashed that like button, please smash that like button. We got 300 people in the chat. Let's get those likes up, everybody. Let me see. I'm just reading through right now. By the way, if you guys have any theme park questions involving Disneyland, Universal Studios Hollywood, or Knott's Berry Farm, let's talk about it. I'm surprised Small World isn't getting any 100th love. We still don't know yet. It could possibly get something. Do you think there's any other attractions other than the castle itself that gets some like 100th layover? Do you think anything else could get 100th layover?
No, I mean, other than just decor in the lands, that's kind of maybe land themed with a little bit of the color that they're going for. I don't think so because it has nothing to do with the park. It's just the company, right? So it's all about Mickey and Minnie and like the Fab Five, and that to me just screams like Main Street, Castle.
Maybe Carthay Circle, because Carthay Circle is very important to the company.
Yeah, I could also see something big popping up in the Esplanade too, like in the middle between both parks that people could take photos with.
God, I miss the California letters in the Esplanade, Danny. Do you think we could get that 100 symbol that was at D23 just
Yeah,
slammed?
that'd be cool. You like walk through it, right?
Why not? Dude, it's the perfect like marketing tool for the 100th. Just put the 100th, like that big logo they had at D23 that had the 100th. Throw that in the middle of the Esplanade. It'd be so cool. It'd mess up the lines, I bet, but I think it'd be cool. All right, let me see, dude. Hey, happy birthday to you, Paul. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday, man. Uh, we got a super chat from Darnell Wright. We were at Disneyland yesterday, and the morning wasn't too crowded. Wonder if January will be like that, dude. I'm still shocked. I am still shocked, Danny, that we're in this like time period where Disney's like pack meter 3 or 4 and we're in December. Like how's this possible, dude? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean it's strange to me. There's I was shocked to see like DCA being more crowded, but that I think's the power of reservations, right? It really pushes people to go certain places. So that's
Look,
kind of yeah.
this was Universal, Danny. Sorry to cut you off. This was Universal yesterday.
Where's that even? Is that Parisian Courtyard? Where is
Yeah,
that?
like right here is animal actors, special effects right here.
Oh, okay.
It's like what? Dude, even getting to the bathroom is like rough, dude. It's just rough. Yeah, it's just rough. Maybe that was like special effects just ended. I don't know. I don't know what the hell happened in that photo, but that was yesterday. Um, Danny, the reason I bring all this up is I'll bring it up again. The parks are empty, and December looks like this for the Inspire key, which is the highest magic key. This is what it looks like. Um, do you think Disney? Remember how Bob Chapek was saying like we care about your experience? Do you think they're finally like, hey, we do care about your experience. You're paying this like higher premium to come in December, and here's the better experience. You're gonna have a lower crowded time. What do you think?
I don't think that. I just think
I'm being too optimistic, I guess. Let me
yeah.
hear what you say. Let me hear your side.
No, I just think that they're this is the first year that they're blocking out all pass holders, really, except for the guests that still have the Dream Key um, from this week, and I think they're really trying to test that. Right, they're trying to see what it's like. Like last year, they tested, having the Dream Key have all reservations available, and every day possibly being able to be booked. So I think this year they're trying to see what it looks like if they don't have the pass holders there and how much money they actually lose as far as, the guest satisfaction might be up, but their revenue might be down as far as in-park spending on food and things like that. So they're probably going to see what does it look like when we block out everyone during this time. Is it worth it for us to, cater to those guests that come on vacation? Will they spend more money if they're happier with how less crowded it is? Or do we need those annual pass holders to be here to spend the money?
Yeah, because look, Danny, this is the December. This is the December park hopper right here. Pretty much, you're dropping $244 for park hopping, and what's even crazier, the 5th to the 20th, you can only go 3 days. It's all gone. This is tickets. It's pretty interesting. I feel like Disney is throwing the reservations. The quantity is down. It's very obvious, but the reservations that are pushing people to California Adventure have increased because, like Danny was saying earlier, DCA is more busy. I don't know why people would be at DCA more than Disneyland. I feel like if you're spending this $244 price tag, you're going to Disneyland. You're going to freaking Disneyland. I'm curious to see what it looks like for a one park. Let me see. I want to see what it looks like for one park. Number of tickets. Let's take a look. This is the one park per day. You can't even go.
Nope.
Wow. Oh no, this is SoCal resident. What the hell?
No, but they are blocked because my friend was trying to buy a ticket, so I know that there's basically no availability.
Let me see. One park. Okay, my bad. I was in SoCal. That's the wrong one. SoCal. So
you can only basically go like the most expensive days, which is like Christmas.
right there. Damn. So even more days are gone. So just trying to go to Disneyland right now is kind of rough. Like you can't even, you just can't even go. Damn. Hey, January is nice. It's all there. January's all there, but yeah. Look, Danny, maybe Splash Mountain closes right here in this time period.
Yeah, because the 8th is the last day of holiday, so I was saying it could close anytime in that week.
Yeah,
even up
right here.
to Sunday. So
look at this random $144 Monday, dude. What? What's up with that? Man, it's crazy how whatever history they got for park tickets, dude. They put it up for. They know when to raise the prices. Put it that way. We got Raul. He says, "Good morning, Mondo, Danny, or good afternoon. Hope you're both having a great weekend. My family's going to DCA for Christmas and Disneyland for Christmas Eve. Do you have any advice? If you're going to DCA, Raul, there's not a lot going on in the morning at all. So if you go to DCA, you're all about the rides. That's the only thing that matters in the morning at California Adventure. All the fun picks up like at 2 o'clock, 2 and beyond at California Adventure. But everything that's really like alive is like 4 o'clock to closing at California Adventure. Disneyland is just fun at all times. From open to close, there's something going on and the characters. But you're going to just... I would buy Genie Plus if I were you. You're going those days. That would be my... If rides is important, I would buy Genie Plus. But I hope you have a good day, Raul. Or a good trip. We got Big Joe Super Chat. What up, brother? 5 fires, Big Joe. Hope my son isn't in this chat, but he's getting the Honda Civic this Christmas morning with the big red bow on top. Wow! Wow, dude. Hey, I've seen like maybe like social media things of like people get that red bow when they walk out on their car. Dude, that's crazy. Hey, Big Joe, Dad of the Year. I look up to you, Big Joe. I hope I could be that good, man. Holy smokeroonies, dude. Congratulations to Big Joe's son, man. Damn. That's what's up. Hey, he better be ready for that insurance bill, that reservation bill. Oh, man, that's what's up, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, he could take you everywhere now, Big Joe. Like, have him drive. My list says that's Martin Luther King Day. Okay. I was like, man, they freaking bumped up the price on that one. Okay, let's see. Wondering how many key holders are planning on buying New Year Eve's tickets. I'm going to say it's very low. Very low. Do you feel like the motivation for key holders to come during these blockout times is high? When in all reality, there's really nothing happening that's different from the other time of the holiday season. What do you think?
It's a safe place to go to celebrate New Year's Eve, right? But there's a lot of alternatives. Knott's Berry Farm provides a great New Year's Eve celebration. Mondo's been to Universal's New Year's Eve celebration. So if any theme park fans have passes to any of those parks, that could be a great alternative. Or there's just the simple idea of like maybe staying home and watching the celebrations live. I mean, this year, the Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve is going to be at Disneyland. You know what I mean? So there's going to be, live, even though it was recorded already. Yeah. So, they're taking over and kicking off the Disney 100 celebration during the New Year's Eve special. So there's a lot to stay home and just watch too. So I feel like a lot of annual pass holders, for the most part, or Magic Key holders would go if they had the most expensive key on New Year's because it was like a safe place to go celebrate. But if it's not available to them, I don't know that they're going to spend $200 a person to go. So,
244 park hopper.
Mhm.
Or sorry, 180 if you do a 1-day ticket. 180.
Yeah, I won't be spending.
Danny, I feel like the alternatives to not going to Disneyland are very nice. Knott's Berry Farm, they go hard for New Year's
You go
Eve
hard
fireworks.
for New Year's Eve.
New
Yeah.
Year's Eve fireworks at Knott's are incredible. They're incredible. The Eve, I think it is an after dark event essentially for Universal, but for all the people that have platinum passes, it's included as like a perk. I wouldn't mind going to Eve. I've always wanted to do it. Universal does do fireworks, and they do a lot of DJ parties and alcohol everywhere, pretty much. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Disneyland, like you said, it is a safe place to go. It's always a great option if you have the opportunity. But I kind of feel like this year, pass holders are kind of like, I think we're all right, Disneyland.
Yeah, I think Astro Zombies in the chat puts it the best. I won't be spending that money because I already paid $1,600.
That's that's no better way to say than that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
not worth it to me to just go on a day I don't have access. So I even had some friends that are going to be in town from out of town, and they're trying to go to Disney that week, the week of New Year's, and they're like, "Oh, you should come and like buy a ticket." And I was just like, "I'll come join you guys for like breakfast or something in downtown Disney," but I was like, I'm based on principle, I'm not going to buy a ticket to go to Disneyland when I have a pass that costs $1,600. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna put you willing to spend 180 for New Year's at Disneyland. I'll do a poll. Let me see. I'll put a poll out there. See what everybody says. Start a poll. Oh my gosh. Can I not paste? You willing to spend 180 New Year's tickets at Disneyland? There we go. Didn't let me copy and paste. All right. I put a poll out there. I'm curious to hear what everybody says, if they're willing to spend that money or not. But Big Joe, congratulations, brother. That's freaking amazing.
yeah, and his son is a cancer survivor.
Yeah,
So like a double celebration gift.
dude. Love you, Big Joe. Love you, man. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, brother. Lisa says, my husband and I can buy yearly passes to Knott's for as much as it is a 1-day ticket. It's kind of true. I don't know if it's for 2 people you could buy enough, but yeah. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes. I want to start off Speculation Sunday with Universal Studios Hollywood. If you're new to the channel, this is a live stream where we speculate, we talk about the current situation, and we give our ideas and thoughts on what's happening. When we go into one theme park, we only talk about one theme park in specific, and at this point in time, it's going to be Universal Studios Hollywood. All right, Universal Studios Hollywood. We all know what's happening out there. It's called freaking Super Nintendo World. I haven't had a chance to go out there in a minute, but I will be focusing on it very, very soon. Super Nintendo World has been hard at work with the construction and everything going on to finish the land. They're so far into it. They want to finish. They want to get it done. They want to get this open, as they have said that it's going to be an early 2024 opening. From what I am hearing, though, and everybody's been obviously kind of speculating that they're going to soft open, the rumors are getting stronger and stronger that it is going to soft open. And with it soft opening, they've said that a lot of people were saying it was going to soft open January, but I'm hearing talks. You know, this is all speculation. This is freaking goddamn Speculation Sunday. there's talks, Danny, that this could be opening the last week of December. If they could somehow figure out a way to open the last week of December, I think that would be an incredible move. And you know why? It kind of goes in with the whole concept of everybody being blocked out at Disneyland. What a better time to go than Universal Studios to go check out Super Nintendo World, since we can't go to Disneyland, right? It's a perfect time to do it, Danny. Everyone's blocked.
Yeah.
Come on down. Come on to Super Nintendo World. What are your thoughts, dude?
I mean, I would be shocked. I feel like there's so much work left to do on the cafe. But if they do it, they do it. That'd be, Universal's not a stranger to soft opening like months before their. I mean, Secret Life of Pets was open like way before it actually opened officially, right?
Same thing with Jurassic World. It was open like 2 months before a grand opening.
Yeah, so they probably want to get the kinks worked out. There's a lot of kinks that can come up with Super Nintendo World. We've got they've got to train a bunch of team members on how to, get guests to wear these AR headsets on the attraction. I know that there's already been speculation that a bunch of people have rode the ride already for these kind of tests, but maybe not, maybe those were the people that work on their rides and not necessarily the cast members or the team members that are going to be working every day on it. So having to train them, there's so many moving parts in the land too, like the different figurines in the different areas that are kind of moving up above, all that stuff. They have to make sure the power band stuff works. So there's like a lot of things in play. Also, the entire reservation or virtual queue system.
They got to work all that out. Let's get into that. We already know this is virtual queue for sure. There's just going to be too much demand that this land cannot handle. This land cannot handle a whole freaking theme park rushing at it, dude. It just can't. They got to work that out, Danny. We have power bands that need to be worked out with all their interactivity throughout the whole theme park or land right there. We have the reservation system that needs to be worked out. Whatever possible interaction for restaurants is there. The one thing I keep hoping happens. Hopefully, we could get like mobile ordering to come to Universal. I feel like it would be a great addition, dude. I would buy so much more like drinks and foods and treats if I could mobile order at Universal. What do you think are some kinks that have to get worked out? Have to get worked out right away. What do you think?
Definitely the reservation system to get in the land, right? The virtual queue. People aren't really used to virtual queuing at Universal Studios Hollywood. We had it for Secret Life of Pets. Do they still do that, Mondo, now?
Say it again?
Do they still do virtual queue for Secret Life of Pets today?
Yeah, no, they launch it when it gets hella busy. They do it.
Yeah, so like it's not a common thing here, but it is more common like Universal Orlando. So I feel
it's
like
still being done. Yeah.
Yeah, like so getting people used to it here for something like this would be a big deal. They definitely needed something like this for when Harry Potter opened, and they didn't have it, and they just had queues to get into the land when that first opened, and that wasn't really like a good guest experience. So I feel like the virtual queue can really help, but also it might confuse a lot of people. So like letting the kinks get worked out, people complaining and stuff like that before it actually opens when they advertise it, because like word will get out and a lot of people will come, but not as many people come as when like the media announces that it's open, right? And then that's when people start booking their trips and stuff.
Exactly. The booking of the trips is the big one.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo World is going to cause, its cause and effect is people booking trips. Everybody is going to want to do this attraction. People that love Universal, this is like the greatest thing ever. This is of today. They are doing the virtual queue, I think, right now. You can't do it unless you're in the theme park, like scanned in already. But they still do the virtual queue for Secret Life of Pets. And you know one thing I've heard about the Secret Life of Pets virtual queue, I didn't really hear a lot of complaining or negative feedback. It's just part of our trip. It's just something else that we do. Let me see. We got Rudio, 17 months. Rudio! 5 fires, dude. Universal is infamous for weird soft openings. I think it says example, Secret Life of Pets. Might as well open it up and have those 2023 commercials say it's open. Dude, Jurassic World, if I really could remember, it was open like two months before the grand opening. I feel like Harry Potter was also open for 1 to 2 months, and nothing was said. It was just like, yeah, you could come in. You could come in right now. Like, oh well, I didn't know it was open. Yeah, it's just kind of how Universal rolls. Instead of how Disney's kind of really the only one, huh, Danny? That's like January 23rd or January 27th. This is gonna happen. Blah blah blah. But it's exciting.
Yeah, and someone else brought it up in the chat earlier, but Disneyland really hasn't done any soft openings lately at all. So
nothing. They didn't do it for Avenger Campus. They didn't do it for Galaxy's Edge. It was only like a cast member preview. They didn't do it for Pixar Pier. I kind of want to say, did they do it for Mission Breakout? I don't even remember anymore. That was just so long ago.
The only thing I can remember of recent that they did it, and it wasn't even really a soft opening. It was like the media were invited to watch Magic Happens like 2 days before the parade started.
Yeah,
and like they were given like the whole like right side of the street, and like everyone could wait on the left side of the street. But like, remember, Disney wasn't telling you like what you were waiting for, but everyone knew it was Magic Happens. But they kept saying like, oh, like we can't say like why you're waiting here. Remember, like it was kind of weird like that.
Yeah.
You were there that day with Megan and everyone.
Yeah, they're like, oh, there's nothing happening today, guys. I don't know why you're standing here. And you're like, there's like 30 media people right there with tripods and stuff. And then Magic Happens happened like an hour later. You know what is one of the dirtiest soft openings that Disney's ever done since I've covered the theme park? Was when they debuted for Together Forever or Forever Together fireworks for Pixar Fest. They debuted those fireworks hella random. And if I recall, it was like a Wednesday or Tuesday. And my sister, she got the tip that, hey, those fireworks are going to go off today. And I told my sister, I was like, let's just go. Well, I don't mind waiting. And if nothing happens, big deal. And when we showed up to the front of the castle, there was this guy, it was him and his wife. And then like this other person rolled up in like a scooter. And she looked at me and she's like, are you here for what I'm here for or what? And I was like, what are you here for? And she's like, you know what I'm here for. I was like, we're here for the same thing. I'll never forget that conversation because it was we're saying a whole lot of nothing, but we're saying everything. And guess what happened? Those fireworks kicked off like 2 or 3 days before the actual date. Danny, I miss those fireworks. Where in the Baba Freak is Pixar Fest? Why the hell has that not returned? Why can't Disney care more about Pixar, Danny? What the freak, dude? I don't get it.
We're not on Disney yet.
God, it just makes me so. I guess
we're
so
on
now.
Universal.
We're at Universal. If Super Nintendo soft opens, it's going to be a great move. It's a great move. There's nothing negative to that. It's all before the 100 celebration, which you already know is going to just take over the news. And all the coverage will be focused on Disney for a long time, especially with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opening at the same time as the 100 celebration. But the other big thing that I've been hearing is that Universal closed Jurassic World. I don't know if it's on refurbishment or what. People are speculating that it is on refurbishment, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
On the calendar?
It's just closed. It just has been closed.
Is it on their refurbishment calendar? Do they have one of those?
I don't know if they do. Anybody in the chat, do you know if there's a refurbishment calendar? Does anybody know what's going on with Jurassic World? Anybody have info or insight on that? I would truly appreciate it. But on my end, I heard Jurassic World was closed on Friday. It did not open yesterday, and it is again not open today. I do know that the Indominus Rex on the left side was having issues with the skin. It was ripping from the head all the way down. So maybe things got way worse with that situation. They can't open the ride with that issue. I don't know. But if I was to say anything, and I know it's asking too much, but it's ridiculous. If it does close for refurbishment, I hope we get like 10 more dinosaurs. It needs more dinosaurs. In the what is it called? The carnivore scene? I don't even know what it's called anymore. Where the raptors are, and then the gyrosphere. It needs dinosaurs. There needs to be dinosaurs there. I still feel like it's missing a lot. Boba Rose says it's closed for refurbishment. Okay, well they didn't say nothing. I don't know. It would have been cool to like know that happens. But for Universal Studios Hollywood, I'm just going to reiterate it again. Grinchmas is happening every day. Every day. You can meet the Grinch every day. What did you say, Danny?
I'm sending you a text right now so you can pull it up.
Maybe they did say something and I missed it, but I didn't see it.
It's listed on this page.
Oh, damn. Let me see. All right. Let's bring it up. Damn. This is good information, man. Right here. Temporary attraction closure. Ride reopens December 16th. Damn. Hey, at least it opens back soon.
So you got to make sure you're there on the 16th to see if anything changes.
Damn, I wonder if something can something change that fast? It's Universal. If anybody could do it.
It's still news if the skin's repaired, so you can check and see all that.
Damn. That dude, to me it went like super down low. It was crazy. Let's see. They said JP Land reported that all the water's been drained. Yeah. It's closed for refurbishment. Hopefully we get more dinosaurs. But just to reiterate, Grinchmas every day. The Harry Potter projection show at nighttime starts at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. pretty much. That is also happening every day. So definitely catch that nighttime fun at Universal because it's amazing. All right, let's move on to Knott's Berry Farm. Finally had a chance to go to Knott's. Oh, what were you going to say, Danny?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Finally had a chance to go to Knott's Berry Farm. I went there opening day, and now I went on Thursday to do daytime stuff. It's incredible. I love Knott's Berry Farm. The carolers are great. They also do a snow moment still on the weekdays, even though it's not everything is going like today. It would be. The weekends have all the entertainment, but Berry Farm is great. They have a lot of good merchandise. The foods, I feel like, is where Knott's really stepped it up this year. They have like good foods everywhere. Also, to add to the good foods, the treats. I did have a chance recently to try the most massive.
Show us that reel, Mondo. Show us that reel,
dude. let me play it right here. So this is a pecan Cinnabon that was sold for $6.25. It is literally the size of my head. I know Arnott's Adventure made that comment. I agree. It's insane. And you know what I was talking to my sister because she called me to talk about this, Danny. My sister's like, how is a cupcake $5 and then you get that Cinnabon for like another $1.50? Like how?
Yeah. Was it good?
No. Okay. So that's what I wanted to bring up. I've been having, I don't even know how data issues on my cell phone. I got too much stuff on my cell phone. And sometimes that I've been filming on my cell phone, the audio just doesn't save. And when I did the review for this Cinnabon on my vlog I posted recently, I couldn't post it. I couldn't post my review because the audio wasn't there. I was so bummed because I know a lot of people asked me. They asked me about this, like, where's the review? You didn't post, like, if you liked it or not. I give this Cinnabon, now I can officially give it a review. I give it 4 fires. I had it warmed up. They do warm up your Cinnabons if you ask. And for this to be $6.25 to share with the friends and family, it's a perfect treat. I liked it. The Cinnabon was a little dry, but it was still good. I really enjoyed it. I give it 4 fires. I would recommend it for sure. Definitely would recommend it for sure. But have you ever had a Cinnabon like that, Danny?
With pecans on it, yeah. I just haven't had one that big. So
yeah, it's this freaking land of the giants out here. Full Throttle with the super chat. Let me hit that horn. What's up, Full Throttle? I've heard from an employee from Universal Studios Hollywood, and it was supposed to open January, but they had pushed it back to March for Super Nintendo World. Dude, hey, I'm cool with January, February, March, whatever. As long as it's early next year, I'm good. I'm Full Throttle. If it is March, I could totally see January soft opening. Totally see it happen, or early December, like somebody was saying to speculating. But dude, it's gonna be a great time to be Universal Studios annual pass holder, dude. It's gonna be amazing. But thank you for your kindness and super chat, Full Throttle. Jen, best value for the size. Yeah, it's insane. They also have other type of Cinnabons there too. I posted my video like a couple days ago showing all that Ghost Town Bakery. Just tried the salted caramel bread pudding, and it was so good. Dude, I keep hearing that Knott's just has banger foods this year, dude. I have my eyes set on one thing, and I couldn't get it on my last trip, Danny. And our Knott's Adventure already got it. I'm going to do a whole video with the purpose of trying this right here, Danny. This double stuffed monster baked potato. There's already been some other people that have tried it, and they said it was incredible. Our Knott's Adventure here on Instagram also said it was incredible. I want to try it for myself. But that's why I went on Thursday. You could only get this when Wagon Wheel Pizza's open, which is over there by the exit of Ghost Rider. And that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. You got to go on the weekend.
We'll try that this weekend.
Woo! Yeah.
I want half that.
Mystery Base had her eyes on that since we figured out. My sister said that Knott's is going too ridiculous, but I was like, it's not ridiculous enough. But that's it for Knott's. The main thing I wanted to talk with Knott's, all of Fiesta Village is completely closed, Danny. It's hard to kind of navigate. You can't go through Camp Snoopy where Montezuma's Revenge. That's completely a dead end. And if you go through like Silver Bullet to Fiesta Village where the cantina is, completely cut off. So you have to go all the way through Boardwalk, which is hang time area, if you're trying to go on Supreme Screen. Fiesta Village is literally just surrounded by walls now, all being reconstructed, reimagined into that new Fiesta Village we're going to get in 2023.
Does this include the rides that they're not touching, like the Hat Dance and La Revolucion and all that stuff?
I can't even tell you, dude. It's all behind walls. Everything's behind walls. Jen says starting December 19th, they should open every day too. That's when they go full entertainment and everything 7 days a week. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, thank you, Jen. You're amazing.
Oh, yeah. So we got current ride closures are Dragon Swing, Mexican Hat Dance, High Sierra Ferris Wheel, which is in Camp Snoopy, Montezuma's Revenge, and Accelerator. So basically all the rides in Fiesta Village. They don't list La Revolucion being closed, though.
That's for sure closed, dude. You can't even get to it. There's no getting to it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's all behind walls. All behind walls. SoCal says, got to play Black Red. What do you play for Commander, though? What do you play for Commander? You can access Fiesta Village Friday through Sunday only right now. What? All these weird rules. Okay, never mind, Daddy. Maybe it is open. What kind of? I guess if I was to go on a weekend, it's a lot different. On the weekdays, it's all closed. But Jen, Fiesta Village will open Friday through Sunday. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. But that is all for today on Knott's Berry Farm. Just a quick segment. I want to get into the meat and potatoes, as they say, Disneyland. Woo! Too hot on the buttons. All right, Disneyland, Danny. For Disneyland, their big announcement this week was Splash Mountain, but they also, I don't want to say they had a big announcement, but it got made a big deal, was the new logo for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It was kind of crazy because a lot of there was a lot of social media buzz. Like, oh, we got this. When in all reality, I was freaking out about this one. This is the one I was freaking out on. But it's official. Like Scott Gustin, best news source to follow for theme park at Disney. This is it, Danny. This is our, I guess you could say, logo for our Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's nice. It's got the new characters on it. I could see that being like a pin. I could see that being on like a shirt or something like that. It incorporates the color scheme of the El Capitan Theater on the top, and like the marquee kind of on the front. So it's like a little mix of both. It's got that teal color that for some reason they're throwing around everywhere. Like
they're just running with it. I'm not a fan. I don't know. I don't think Toontown when I see that teal.
Yeah, I don't either. I would have rather had different color. I like the poster a lot. I actually posted this because the font and everything looks the same on this poster, which was at D23 Expo many months before this logo came out, but they're the same. So I asked if they knew that this was going to be the attraction poster that you see when you're walking through. Like when you go into Disneyland, you enter underneath the train station. There's all the posters for the different attractions, and they always historically make a new one for a brand new ride as like tradition, right? Mm-hmm. So the artist actually responded to my tweet and said, "Confirmed, this is the attraction poster." So I thought it was because it has Disneyland Park on the bottom, and it looks like really cool because it's more retro than the one at Disney World is more like it looks to me more like a movie poster. Which
it's a movie.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's more like theirs is like you're in a movie park and it's at the Chinese movie theater, right? But like Disneyland attraction posters are always like really kind of retro feeling, and they kind of show an overall view of like what the attraction's offering. And I felt like this was more like that.
I hope this is a shirt or a Spirit jersey because this is beautiful.
Yeah, and it has Chubby on it.
Yeah, Chubby right on the top left. Just noticed that. Yeah. This one, it's just like what? It's like this is like I could see a magnet made out of this. You know what I mean? This one is just like you know what you're getting right here. But that's cool. I'm glad we got that news and a new information. Anytime we get new information for our Disney stuff is awesome. For Mickey and Minnie's, I can't believe we're coming this late down to the wire and we haven't heard anything about the differences like being confirmed of the ride, the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Florida, and the differences that we're going to get here at our Disneyland. Like a definitive, there's no leaks. Nobody's leaked anything. I could promise you they've tested that ride. They've tons of walkthroughs and cleanings and refurbish of whatever's even happening inside. It's happening.
People have been riding this ride for months.
Yeah. Yeah, it's out there.
It's been done for a very long time.
Yeah. Let me see. Peter says this one fits better with the attraction poster. It feels more like a picture like. The other one feels like a video turned into a picture. The other one just looks like a magnet. It reminds me of a magnet. The other big news that came out of Disneyland was we finally got to find out who our guest speaker was, Danny. It came down to the wire. The whole what is it called? Candlelight processional. The candlelight processional. We finally found out. We finally found out what it's all about. In regards to who was going to be the speaker, because they didn't say nothing until literally what is it called? They didn't say nothing. Yeah, until the mic check. That's when people found out. It was like, oh, that's who it's going to be. Is it? Man, my thing is just being so weird. Let me see if I could. Or let me back out real quick.
It was the one I texted you.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't want to like let me show it. It's so weird. Let me save it to yeah, I can't even save it. It's so weird. Hold on. Okay. Let me try. Yeah, this is the only one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me play this. Let me see.
And so from age to age, from the mighty to the meek, from the young to the old, for the healthy and the sick, for the rich and the poor, for all nations, great and small, we rejoice in the season of love with one another, with merry greetings, with gracious gifts, and with glorious song.
Beautiful. I love it. So you got to experience that firsthand, Danny. What'd you think? To me, that's like as good as it gets.
Yeah, it was great. It was a very it's a long-standing tradition. It's weird to think that the show pretty much hasn't changed at all since Walt Disney first posted that at Disneyland in the 50s and 60s. So to think that you're part of a show that's a continued tradition is really, really cool. I know all the schools that participate in the choirs and stuff, they're really like proud to be there. So it's fun to see them, and the guest singers and the guest speakers great. And it just, it's weird. I don't know if you felt like that last year, Mondo, when you're watching it in the seats, you forget, like when you're watching the show, that you're even in Disneyland. And then for a second, you look over to your left and you see like all the cast members doing guest control, and you're like, oh, I'm in Disneyland.
Yeah.
You get like lost in the moment.
You're just like in this euphoric just beauty of music. It's really, they do a great job. The other big news that happened this week as well was the filming of the special Christmas Fantasy Parade. That was really fun. It's always great to see that in person, and I had a chance to do that. The other biggest news that came through this week, Danny, and nobody thought it was going to be announced, but they did, was Magic Happens. I know we already talked about it on our other live stream, but talk about it again here on Speculation Sunday. Do you foresee any changes? Do you think we could speculate? Because Encanto is so important to Disney. I feel like an Encanto float is just like the answer of if there was to be change to this. Adding Encanto would be a perfect addition to this parade. Because these highlight images that they showed, there's nothing different. This is all their recorded stuff like that they've had previous, but. Do you think they could pull out an Encanto, or it's just too late in the game?
I don't think we're going to see any major changes to the parade. The only thing I think we might see is some omissions, whether or not that because they don't have enough performers to do it, or for instance, I forget the Spanish name for the spirit guides in the afterlife.
Alebrije.
Alebrije, yeah. The big Alebrije at like in the Coco segment, like that piece was used either in Shanghai Disneyland or in Hong Kong, exactly the same.
So it's somewhere else.
So I don't know if they
That
made
one.
one. I don't know if they made one for that park, or if they sent the one from here over there. And I don't know if we're gonna get it back, right? So maybe there's like some omissions, like some of the dancers, like, do we still have the hey hey like going around in the Moana segment? Like, do we still have the Maui float, or is it just the Moana part? You know, like I don't know. I could easily see stuff being taken out just to save a little bit on some.
No, and we got Bob Iger now. He spends money. He doesn't cut money. He spends money. Oh man, but it's exciting. I think Magic Happens returning February 23rd. That just keeps the momentum of next year firing on all cylinders, because then it's all going to lead into Toontown reopening in March. It's just insane. We're going to have the most insane January, February, March, April. It's just insane. It's going to be insane. I do want to also let me see if I can bring this up real quick, Danny. Give me a second. Where do I go? It's notifications. I just want to bring this up. I've been trying to ask people, and I really haven't gotten much of anything. But this is somebody on Twitter named Dylan Theme Park on Twitter. He actually took these photos. I don't even know how you get an angle at this other than maybe being at the Grand. But he got photos of Paint the Night. Literally Paint the Night being turned on in the storage facility. So I've had conversations with people talking about this because, this is kind of big news of Paint the Night. Paint the Night coming back is just as big as news as Magic Happens. People, they're connected to Paint the Night. They love the music. They just love Paint the Night. The thing was that a lot of people that I talked to, they're like, well, where does Viva Navidad stuff go? Because that's where it would be stored. So I don't know when these pictures were taken. That's the big thing. That's why I haven't run with this and been like, Magic Happens is being tested. Magic Happens is coming back. I don't know. For all we know, these could be 4 years ago photos. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I want to ask you, Danny, Paint the Night, summer 2023. Can Disneyland go that hard? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if it was going to happen, it would have to be summer, right? Because we got festival holidays going right into Lunar New Year, then going right into the Food and Wine Festival. And so if it was going to happen at all, it would have to happen in the summer. So it could be. That'd be a great surprise. That'd be a lot of hiring in the entertainment sector, that's for sure.
Dude, that's like tripling the staff, right? Just they got to staff Magic Happens. All the character new stuff that's coming entertainment wise on that end. You best believe Fantasmic's still going to be running, right? Why would it stop? Right. And then to have Magic Happen and Paint the Night down the line, and the Mulan processional with everything going on there too. Oh my gosh. Dude, are we coming into this Disney going back in their prime again, Danny? What are your thoughts, dude? Because this is crazy. This is the highest level of Disneyland I think that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely. It's definitely going to be I feel like right now it's firing on all cylinders, right? We've talked about that. So I think having Magic Happens back, we'll just continue that trend. So we have a parade again, just like we did for Christmas. And then seeing a parade at DCA, which the only time DCA ever has a parade now is just when they have Frightfully Fun. So having a parade back at DCA, and even if it's just for summer, would be super great to have. I know it would draw a lot of crowds over there, that's for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. Paint the Night. Hey, what better way to keep the crowds at DCA at night than with Paint the Night? Because Paint the Night gets run 2 times. They run it both ways, right?
Yeah, they do it once before World of Color and then once after World of Color. Usually.
And they're both always packed. People love lining up for Paint the Night. We got a super chat. 8 Ventures Thank you, 8 Benchers. We send our love from our small town in Nevada. Let me hit that horn. Keep up the fire. Keep up the firework, Mondo and Danny. Happy holidays from our family. Happy holidays to you too, 8 Adventures, all the way in Nevada. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful December. And thank you so much. We also got Kristen. I got to hit that person. Kristen with 16 months of membership. Thank you for believing in me, Kristen. Goddamn. 5 fires. Bring all the parades. All right, let me just throw this out there, Danny. I'm just going to throw it out there, dude. Is there any possibility that Disneyland could go Magic Happens into the, what's the Pixar Fest parade that we had?
The Play Parade?
The Play Parade? Is there any possibility that it could go like that? And then at DCA, it'll be obviously Paint the Night. And then it'll eventually just go to Oogie Boogie, which is the whatever they have for Oogie Boogie Parade. Because I think having a parade at Disneyland might be a priority for Disneyland. Like, they want something there at all times. Because if they get a parade for Magic Happens, unless they're just like willing to run Magic Happens all the way through in a Halloween, I guess. Could we see that? Could we see Magic Happens run for 7 months?
Yeah, I could see it.
or is that just ridiculous?
No, I can see that. They never got their money's worth out of it, right? They opened it in February of 2020 and on the 28th or something like that, very last week. And it only got to run for 2.5 weeks. They spent millions of dollars on it. So trying to get their money's worth by letting this parade run through and letting them market it and stuff like that. I mean, before we didn't switch parades that often. Like, you had the Parade of Dreams for like so long, Parade of Stars before that, like, for years. So like, and even the Magic Kingdom, they've had the parade, the Festival of Fantasy Parade for like ever. So, their parades stick, and people love the Festival of Fantasy Parade. So it's, I think they'll stick with Magic Happens for a while. They don't need to switch it out.
No need to go to a second one for the year. Yeah, I could see Magic Happens. They're just like, hey, we're going to run that all the way to Halloween, everybody. We spent $4 million. We're going to get the $4 million worth out of this. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but they spent a lot of money. A lot of money. Real Mouse Video said, I heard a rumor that Oogie Boogie might be both parks this year. I haven't heard that, but god damn, I miss Halloween at freaking Disneyland. It was so much better. I know there's a lot of super fans for Oogie Boogie, but no, Disneyland Halloween destroys Oogie Boogie. I don't even care. It's so much better. So much better.
Are you gonna if they announce a Star Wars Day, because we're not that far off from May, are you gonna be buying tickets again this year, Mondo?
I'm gonna be buying opening day ticket. I don't think I'll go twice. I don't think there's a need to go twice. You know what it was? I paid the first day and the last day, which was the most expensive day of Star Wars Star Wars night, and nothing changed. I paid like $50 more for a whole lot of nothing. I think it was when I sat back and thought, it was only because it was Saturday. You paid more money because it's Saturday. So I'm probably just gonna go once. And it's not like I didn't see a lightsaber fight even on a Star Wars day. It's brutal. We can't get lightsabers ignited for the life of us from entertainment.
And maybe you and Mystery Bay can get a babysitter so that you can do Sweethearts Night.
Yeah, dude. Let's talk about that real quick, Danny. After dark events, what is the first one that kicks off at Disneyland? Is it usually Sweetheart Nights, or is there something before that?
No, I think it's just Sweethearts Night.
Yeah, I'm pretty shocked we haven't heard anything for Sweetheart Night, dude.
Yeah, I'm shocked they haven't sold tickets yet for things. If any, and another thing too, speaking of selling tickets, I was talking to David about this actually last night. the D23 Expo we just had, D23 Expo 2022. We this is the first D23 Expo where at the end of the expo they didn't share the date and location of the next expo. They always do. If we were sticking to the old timeline, right, the expo started in 2009 and it was every other year, all the way up until 2021 when it had to get canceled and pushed a year later to 2022. So it's always been on the odd years. And if they had been originally on the odd years, 2021 would have kicked it off, right? Last year. And then they would have had a D23 Expo, Mondo, in their 100th anniversary as a company. So
they're going to do it. They're going to do it, Danny.
They would have had a 2023 D23 Expo. So we don't know if it's going to be in 2 years from now or if they're going to try to get back to the old schedule because of whatever their future plans were. But last year, when we bought tickets to D23 Expo, we bought them in January for D23 Expo. So that's one thing we can keep an eye out for is if tickets go on sale next month, if we end up having another expo this year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to think about. But if we don't have an expo this year, then you can look at buying tickets in January or February for Destination D23. And Mondo had a lot of fun at that, actually, when he went.
I like Destination D23 more than D23.
Well, you guys got more news this, and usually that's not the case for
usually Destination D23, the one in Florida, is like light.
Yeah, well, it's usually more historical and like more of a fan service. So it's got like history and how to, making of, stuff like that, and not as much as like news driven. But like when you went, there was so much news drop. They had that.
Dude,
like,
churros are back.
They had the real lightsaber. They talked about magic bands coming to Disneyland, like all
Lion King coming back over there in Animal Kingdom. They talked about there was like pretty much a ton of entertainment coming back. That's how that broke down. Benjamin says, do you think we even get After Dark events? Everything might just be 100th celebration focused. What are your thoughts, Danny?
We definitely are getting After Dark events.
They're too moneymaker, right?
No, I know for a fact that we are. So I don't know which ones we're getting, but I know we are getting some. So
last year, Sweetheart Nights, Villains Night, Star Wars Night. Boom, boom, boom. They're just like enjoying.
When was that announced?
This article is when was it written? They don't say when it was written. What the heck? Man, they just didn't. They didn't post when it was written. I don't know, dude. Oh, September 20th, 2022. I don't know. I don't know when this was written. Hold on, let me look. What in the Baba Freak? All right. Dude, I don't know when all that was announced. Here, let me just go to Sweetheart Nights because that's Sweetheart Nights. There we go. Sweetheart Nights. Man, there's just a lot of stuff about the event, but not when it was announced. I don't know, Danny. I don't know when it was announced. I kind of want to say, though, I feel like this stuff was announced like early, like December or January, dude. Because there was a lot of time leading up to all these sales. Because I remember being ready, like, okay, January, I got to buy this ticket. February, I got to buy this ticket. You know what I mean? All that stuff. I do want to say the After Dark event I had the most fun was Grad Night this year. That probably trigger some people, but it's okay. Grad Night was hella fun, and it's the one event I thought I was going to have the crappiest time. I freaking love Grad Night. I don't know if I wanted to come back. But
it looks like it was posted in the first week of December.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could have sworn it was December, dude.
And next week, the Disney loves Tuesdays, so maybe we hear something next week about the
Yeah.
2023 lineup of After Dark
Boom.
event.
Hey, book it. In 2 days, Disney announces After Dark events. They love their Tuesday announcement. That's like the Disneyland. That's like their when they get the mic hot and ready to announce something, dude.
Will Mondo go live or make a video on that right away?
Maybe. Do you think these After Dark events have hype? I kind of want to say like there's not so much hype anymore. Um, I'm still shocked that we didn't get a Marvel After Dark event, considering Avenger Campus debuted. Did Avenger Campus debut this year? I don't even remember anymore.
Avengers Campus debuted in 21, right
21.
after the Dark.
And we still haven't got a Marvel night. How is that even possible? I don't understand.
We had it before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. This week, not so much going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be slow news pretty much the rest of the year. It always is this case around Christmas. The only thing that we'll get maybe is the announcement of After Dark events, and then potentially we'll hear some big news out of Universal for Super Nintendo World. Maybe we'll see some team members doing some soft technical rehearsals on some of the stuff, or maybe we even see some like team member previews pop up soon. So
and one thing too, Daddy, the Super Nintendo World. Once we start seeing all the parts moving, because there's a lot of moving kinetic stuff.
mm-hmm.
The hype's gonna start getting really crazy. Really,
yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah. Real quick, did you have a chance to watch any of these new trailers that dropped recently? Avatar, Indie, Guardians of the Galaxy, Quantumania. Jeez Louise, just so much. I'm just talking about. Oh, Mario. Did you have a chance to watch any of that?
I didn't watch Mario. I watched Avatar. I watched Indie, and that was it. I think of the new trailer. I didn't watch the Guardians one. I didn't watch the Nintendo. So
Hey, what about Transformers? That's another one. There's so many, dude. There's
I'm done with. You know how I feel about Transformers. So.
To me, the trailer that got me the most hyped was Mario. I was like, wow, it's just visually the nostalgia, the connecting of parts, like with Super Smash, Mario Kart, all sorts. The actual Mario game, it got me really hyped. The one I haven't seen and I just haven't even cared to is Indiana Jones. I just don't even care, dude. I don't even want to see it. I'll just watch the movie. I'll watch the movie when it comes out.
What's the result of your poll for who'd want to spend all that money to go?
Oh yeah, let's go to that real quick. Let me hit end results. So we have 276 people voted, and 79% said no. They will not go they will not spend their $180 to go to New Year's at Disney. And I would have to say that's been like the narrative that I feel like is just, no, I'm all right. I don't need to spend my money at Disneyland. And that's kind of weird because normally, Danny, everybody wants to spend New Year's at Disneyland. It's the perfect place to be. You can't beat freaking New Year's at Disney, man. But yeah, that's it for today. Closing thoughts, Danny.
I'm excited to see what we hear previews for first, right? Like whether it's going to be Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway or Super Nintendo, right? Because whatever one I think does these previews or these softs first, I feel like it's going to create more hype for that. And I feel like Disney's going to react whenever Universal does theirs, because they always love to do that. They're going to react to it. So, and I'm also excited too about this new budget thing over at Disney Parks.
Where's the money going?
Yeah, where is it going? We don't really spend money at Tokyo Disney because that's owned by a different company. So we've got Paris, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Disneyland, Disney World. Disney World's going to need a lot of stuff, to compete potentially with Epic Universe in a couple of years. But this is just the next fiscal year. So, but, if they're starting to build something for that, they might have to start this year to get it open by 25. So it's interesting, you know. Disneyland, there's not really a lot that can be done other than the Tomorrowland redo, which in my opinion absolutely needs to happen. And they need to just shut everything down. I think the way that they're going to do it, which we talked about in the past, is like do it in phases. So like keep the land open, kind of Astro Orbiter, Buzz Lightyear, Star Tours, and like everything after that is just gone.
Yeah.
And then like they have the walls up and they can work on whatever they need to work on. But even if they just want to copy what Tokyo's doing for theirs, that looks pretty good too. You know what I mean? So,
Hey, bring that ideas over here. Why not? Can we just get an expansion of Disneyland? That's all I'm gonna say. Just expand. Disneyland's already perfect. It's beautiful.
Are you gonna do
all room in Disneyland has been efficiently like just allocated, like ride, store, everything.
You
just
know,
expand it.
You know what we need, Mondo, from you is like a good multi-angle POV from Splash Mountain. Like last month of operation, you got to go on it like 3 times or something.
I will be taking a nice camera to that ride. Hopefully, I definitely want a nice filming. Even though there's a lot of lights and animatronics not working, I still want a nice last POV from Splash Mountain before it's out of here. No date's been announced. I'm just gonna say that again. No date's been announced, but yeah. Also, to Kawaii Nancy, before we get out of here, $77 day tickets coming December 9th. You have heard us say it many times. Disneyland could go in their back pocket at any point in time and be like, come on down. $80 tickets, $1 park, or one park, $80 ticket. Just show up, everybody. We need to pack the house. We got to make it look like it's busy out here. That's their way to honestly not have more annual passes. They could just do $80 tickets. It's a powerful tool that they have. All right, Danny, amazing Speculation Sunday. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I know it's an early one, but we have some fun stuff we want to do in this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, smash that like button on the way out, and thank you for supporting the fire. We are firing it down. The Cali Bay and Just As Danny are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.